and welcome to Mid-Ohio for round number 9 of the ASRC American Sports Car Series, live here on Sim Racing Streams. We are in beautiful Lexington, Ohio for 60 minutes of action-packed racing. Two classes here, Daytona Prototype and GT3, and you can see it live here on Sim Racing Streams. We'll be getting just on to racing in a few moments here with just a minute and 40 seconds remaining left in qualifying. So let's get right down the track side and get this race moving here live on Sim Racing Streams. Alrighty folks, so here we are, round 9. It's already starting to fly by. We're already in May of this 12-month sports car adventure here. Let's take a look through our qualifying results here, see where everyone is stacking up. So Stefan Schaschler, first in Daytona Prototype, followed by Michael Blake, Curlin Andrew, Kevin Ferland, Pat McWhorter, Kyle Young, Tim Phillips, Michael Foley, GT3, Carter Kundinger.
It's going to be a fifth between Pat.
Getting the field up front here.
Going to be a fight between you and Stefan there, looks like, Blake.
Let me just mute my game sound here really quick.
I don't know about that, Curtis.
Alright, my apologies for that. Anyways, back to the lineup here. Carter Kundinger, currently sitting on the pole for GT3, John Kelly second, and Steve Rock is third in GT3, 11th overall. So 11 cars set to race today in 1 hour as we are wrapping up the qualifying session here and going to be moving into the race just a few moments here. And an hour of sports car racing could be an interesting one. Up here. And we're gonna run through the grid in just a few. And switching over to the race session here and run through our starting order for tonight's race. Again, 1 hour feature here at Ohio. So starting on pole, Stefan Schaschler, followed by Michael Blake, Kyle Young, Curlin Andrew, Kevin Ferland in 5th, 6th Pat McWhorter, 7th Tim Phillips, and rounding off your Daytona Prototype field in 8th is Michael Foley. Starting off 9th, we have Carter Kundinger, starting first overall in GT3 in the Audi R8, followed by John Kelly in 2nd place in that class, and rounding off your field third overall in GT3 and 11th overall, we have Steve Rock. So 3 different GT3 cars represented here. So we got the Audi, the Mercedes, and the BMW. making entries for tonight's race here. And just a few moments here, and we should be set off to the green flag. Take a look at our track info here. Again, Lexington, Ohio, 2.1 or 2.2 miles. Track temps 109, so a little bit warm, and altitude 1356, 76 feet, and 13 turns, 2.2 mile circuit. Looking at the weather today, air temp 84 degrees, track temp 109.65 degrees Fahrenheit, 57% humidity, and it is partly cloudy. As the cars begin to roll off, get ready to go green flag racing for 1 hour here at Mid-Ohio. Number 32 machine will be leading us down to the green flag is Stefan Kassler. Car looks good. Pace car ducking off, very fast pace lap here. And high on the throttle, and we are green flag racing here at Mid-Ohio. Hard into turn 1. Pretty clean start for the Daytona prototype field. Pulled on the GT3. Clean start in there as well for the top 3. Carter Hundinger leading the field into turn 1. Back up front. Stefan here is leading this race so far. But the battle for second is already heating up between Michael Blake, Kyle Young, and Curlin Andrew. Michael Blake locking the brakes a little bit as they come through the carousel section and down into the hard right-hander. One thing that the season has been nothing short of is the battles in Daytona prototype. Every single week, every single round in and round out, you can always see a battle. Something going on here as Curlin gets a little bit squirrely coming over the hill, but Daytona prototype class is nothing to lack here in this series, as there's always a good showing. Looks like Steve Rock has retired or something. He's down on the track, but the battle for GT3 heating up already as Carter Hundinger is defending John Kelly. Back up front here, we're starting to look pretty strung out here. Stefan is off in the dirt. That's going to cause some an issue there and give Michael Blake the opportunity to take over the lead. The 32 car will lose about 3 positions there, so a tragic event early on in this race, and that's going to slow him down a lot. A little bit over aggressive in this, but he is getting right back in it. But the leader Michael Blake is leading this field as he powers up the hill into the right-hander hairpin. Kyle and Kerlin Andrew battling for that second place position. Pretty big battle heating up for fifth between Pat McCorder and Kevin Furlan. Even Michael Foley, he is getting in there a little bit as well. Nothing short of action so far in the beginning of this race here in the early legs. We are almost to the 5-minute mark. And looks like falling back here. Looks like Carter Cundinger has given up that GT3 lead to John Kelly. Kelly has now taken Mercedes AMG GT3. Back up front, Michael Blake starting to stretch his lead a little bit here. Fall back a little bit to second place. Watch this battle between two room-sponsored cars here. Kyle and Con Chancellor, as used to, are battling pretty hard. Just 5 laps into tonight's race. Fall back a little bit farther here. Got this battle for fifth between Kevin Furlan and Pat McCorder, as these two are just a few tenths of a second between each other. Right along with Pat McCorder in the 84 as he tries to chase down this battle for fifth. And you can see just how narrow the circuit gets at some points coming to the last couple of turns here. But this track is very narrow. So let's just take a lap with Pat McCorder real quick just to see what the drivers have to fight through tonight. So coming into turn 1, big sweeper left-hander, hard on the gas, up through the hill. Fifth gear up here. Downshift to second through the hairpin. You want to late apex this before doing a great grip above that, accelerate harder on the straightaway. Up into 6th gear and braking hard into what I call the sweepers here. This sweeping right to the sweeping left, and then downhill. Then the hard flat right-hander, accelerating hard out a little bit left of this kink here. Down the hill, another right-hander kink. This is what I find the most difficult, this uphill. And as you can see, Captain Porter getting loose in it. That's going to cost him a little bit of time here, but let's just let him complete his lap here. But like I said, coming up that hill, the car can get loose. We just saw a perfect example of that right there as the Porter accelerates out of it here. Braking to another left-hander kink. Hard braking zone here. Want to slow the car down through the apexes. Then into the last turn, which is almost a 360-degree sweeping turn. Then a hard left-hander, and that's how you lap around Mid-Ohio in the Daytona prototype. Let's get back up front here. Michael Blake doing a dominant job so far after that mistake on the 32 car, as he is now leading the field. Pretty healthy lead at 2.4 seconds. So not a bad gap at all. Falling back down to GT3, we can see Carter Gunner has closed the gap on John Kelly. Seems to really battle it out here. Coming up the hill. Now I do know that this track better suits the Audi, because again the Audi has a little bit more top end than the Mercedes. Carter Digger makes a move, gets a little bit loose, and looks like he can make it stick. Maybe not. A little bit of aggression on Cundinger's side here as John Kelly still holds the lead. But I don't know, Cundinger could potentially make a move the next few turns using his draft here. Peek a little bit to the inside. Looks like he will make it work. And there he goes. Looks like Carter Cundinger has just secured the first place position in the GT3 category. So good couple corners by him, except for a little slip up in turn 2. Let's actually go take a look at the replay there. See what happened. But here they come through the line here. I just kind of want to see exactly what happened. So we'll ride along with him. Gets started very hard out of this section here. Up the hill. It's going to decide right about now. And oh, just the car gets a little bit loose, but a save though. And that ultimately set him up to take the lead in the next turn. So good move by him. Getting back up front again, Michael Blake now stretching lead up to 1.7 seconds. Kyle Young in second, and the 32 has Stefan Schaschler are pretty much running lap times at the moment, and they are just kind of, I think their teammates have the same paint, but they're probably working together here and tried to catch up to Michael Blake, who has been dominating this race. I led at least 7 of the 9 laps so far. He's doing a good job there as we are at minute 40, or excuse me, minute 13 in tonight's 60-minute feature race. This battle for third is pretty much the closest thing we have right now. The gap of 0.7 seconds besides the GT3 battle that's happening right now. But should be seeing, I believe, some cars being put a lap down in just a couple laps here, the GT3 cars. They're about 1 minute and 8 seconds behind the leaders here. So we should be seeing the GT3 leaders getting lapped in just a few turns here, as they are coming around the hairpin, and the DP leaders are just coming out of turn 1 right now. So this should be interesting. If they get in the wrong spot for Michael Blake, this could potentially give up his lead and leave the 2 cars, Kyle Young and Stefan Schachler, to potentially take over this lead from Michael Blake. As now we can see the GT3 cars in the previous shot here as they're coming into the sweepers. This is a very fun part of the track. It's a lot of fun. Michael Blake gets a little bit loose coming through there. Down the hill. Coming up the hill, a little bit tail happy there as well. We can almost see, you can almost hear the GT3 cars as they're starting to gain upon him right now. Michael Blake just throwing this car around, getting very loose. Straight away here, as you can see, the GT3 cars are about a corner ahead of these Daytona prototype leaders, or on the same corner for that matter. And we should be seeing some moves being made in just a few moments here. Come for the Daytona prototype leader. Looks like they're not going to catch him at the right time. This is going to slow Michael Blake down a little bit here. He's going to have to navigate through these cars. So he's going to look to the side, a little bit aggressive on his part. Looks like 2 out of those 3 Daytona prototypes will get around him. It did cut the lead down to 7/10 of a second. Looks like we have a good car go wide. Looks like John Kelly just may have made contact with the Daytona prototype. Take a look at that replay, see what happened there. Again, this was a mess of cars here. Take a look at the chopper cam, see what happened here. There's the, looks like he just kind of pushes the font up a little bit. He gets a little bit loose. That's going to slow him down a lot. So for that 32 car, not the best of races for him so far. As the leaders left, Carter Cutting are the GT3 leader at the moment. Michael Blake is starting to pull away with his lead again. Come back to 6th, Michael Foley and Tim Phillips battling it out here. Well, it's Pat McCorder getting in that mix too for that 6th position. Back up front here, battle for that 2nd position here. Kyle Young and Stefan Schachler. Actually, looks like the top 3 are all pretty evenly separated by a gap of 9/10 of a second. Now Michael Blake locking the brakes up a little bit there. That's going to slow him down just a little bit. Michael Blake just getting very loose coming up through that hill. You can see the car sliding a lot. fall back to the second place battle here. Kyle and Stefan Chashler, just tenths of a second away from each other. And pretty close. That'll definitely heating up for the second position of Daytona Prototype. Let's take a fall back to GT3 here. It's Carter Cundinger. Oh, looks like we got on him at the right time as he's going to get a little bit loose. And that is going to hurt him a little bit there, costing him a few seconds here to John Kelly. John Kelly is about 9 seconds behind him, and that gap is closed from 12 as soon as Carter had that little issue there. Get back up front though as the battle for lead hitting up as Stefan Chashler has got around Carl Young. These two will be battling it out pretty hard as the gap is now reduced to almost a half a second. You can see the 32 driving a little bit aggressive there, locking the brakes up just a little bit. Looks like we should be seeing a move for a lead. Just a few minutes here, as this battle is definitely heating up between the two leaders here. But well, let's just fall back here to 6th, as Michael Foley and Pat Porter battle it out a little bit here for that 6th position. But getting back up front though, this battle is really starting to heat up here. Looks like we should be seeing a move for the lead just a little bit here. 32 car's going to look a little bit outside. Not going to take it. But he is definitely pushing. You can see that for sure. Pushing as he's going to look for the inside of Michael Blake. I don't know if he'll be able to make it work for the hairpin. Looks like he will take over the lead again for that move on the hairpin. That was a good job by him there. Great move. Let's go take a look at a replay. That's exactly what happened there. As these two battle for the lead, let's just switch over to the roll bar really quick. And watch that one just looks to the inside, perfectly executed. That's a great pass right there for the lead. And we have a new leader now. Michael Blake will be doing the chasing now. Kyle Young is not far behind him, and he should be making a move on him relatively soon. But 6th and 7th place battle heating up a little bit as these two guys are about to lap the GT3 leader. Tim Phillips. Tim Phillips and Pending racing side by side. Let's get back up to the lead here as like Stefan and Michael pretty much sticking with each other at the moment here, pretty running a healthy 1 second gap, and definitely gonna make it interesting here as pit stops will begin to cycle through in just a few minutes. Like Stefan gets a little bit loose there. Does not really want to push ahead this moment. Just kind of ride to see what happens. But doesn't want to have another mistake like we had before, go off track and cause himself to lose more ground. We are down to about halfway, so let's move around for a few laps and listen to these engines roar for a quick little segment of Crank It Up. off the circuit here, and that's going to cost us some time. And open the door for Cullen, take a second as we are back from crank it up here, as we are just 20 minutes away from the finish. And looks like we should be starting to cycle through some green flag pit stops here as cars are starting to run out of their fuel window here. And we're coming down to about 20 minutes remaining in tonight's race here. And we're still waiting for some pit stops to go through. Looks like Curlin Andrew, Michael Foley, Pat McCorder, Kevin Furlan, and Tim Phillips have all pitted. Spawn Shashler, Kyle Young, Michael Blake have not, so these guys should be pitting soon as 32 car will hit pit lane this time. looks like you have cycled through all green flag pit stops here with just 14 minutes remaining left in tonight's race here. But Stefan Chashfler, he is dominating this race with a 5.4 second lead over first, and there really is no battle going on the circuit now for these last 13 minutes remaining. We got some contact made between the 32 car and I don't know who else it is, but they blinked. But it's gonna be a little bit of an interesting thing. What happened there? I have no idea. It was a 73. Let's take a look at the replay. Who the car was? Kind of far look. Let's see if anything happened here. As you know, it was Michael Foley. Do not see the leader. I thought it was him because I saw him blinking around, but looks like it wasn't. Let's get back live here. I believe Stefan will go 2 for 2 as he won Coda round 8. And it looks like he will take home round 9 as well. starting to wrap this race up. With 8 minutes remaining, still no battles on track. Carter Cundinger still leading the GT3 category, and Stefan Chashler leading the Daytona prototype. So really no battles going on around track, as again, but we see a lot the trend here. The racing is really good in the beginning of the race in the series, and it can get good at the end. I don't know if we're going to see that tonight, as Stefan has such a huge lead, dominating performance by him tonight. As we're coming down to the last 2 minutes of the race here, looks like the 32 car of Stefan Chashler has ran away with tonight's race. A dominating performance. He has led 27 out of the 43 laps turned tonight. The only person who was changing that was Michael Blake with 16 laps led, but a dominating performance by the 32 Daytona prototype. As well as Carter Cunningham, looks like he pretty much has it wrapped up here. The number 22, PlanAOD.net, AOD Racing, Audi R8. These guys got a couple more laps, around 2 laps or so, and this race will be wrapped up, and we will wrap it up. And I believe we are at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, so going up to Canada for round 10 in 2 weeks. That should be an interesting one. And looks like we are on the white flag as Stefan Chashler will take it home as he's sliding the car around a celebrity fashion here, as he looks like he will have taken the win tonight in his number 32 Daytona prototype, coming around the last time here, and he will cross the line and he will win at Mid-Ohio. Coming through the last couple turns here. Carter Cunningham are going to take home the victory in the Audi Classic. He crosses the line and takes the win. Mark Jackson coming across the line, and he will take the win as well. So give it a few minutes here for the cars settle in, and we will run through tonight's grid, or tonight's results, and we will send out the stream here, and we'll see you all at Montreal in 2 weeks. And that's like about enough time here, but Stefan Chashler coming home first in Daytona prototype, followed by Kyle Young, Michael Blake, Carolyn Andrew fourth, Pat McCorder fifth, sixth, Michael Foley, seventh, Tim Phillips, eighth, Tim Phillips will round off top 7 overall and 7th in Daytona prototype. GT3 winner Carter Cundinger, John Kelly in second in that category. Kevin Furlan, he will finish 10th overall and 8th in Daytona prototype. And Steve Rockman did not start the race, unfortunately, and he finishes 3rd in GT3. So that is tonight's race. Congratulations to both the class winners, and let's just send off the stream here, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. In Montreal for Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. My name is Kyle Strikers. I'm with Sim Racing Streams, wishing you all a great night, and we'll see you guys in the next stream. Thank you, and make sure you subscribe and like use the notification system here, YouTube Scott, and you can get notified whenever we have streams here. But folks, thanks for watching, and we will see you all in the next stream. Stay safe, everybody.